Hello. Hi. I think I left a flash drive here. An email? I haven't checked my email. Spangler? It's a gray one. Like light gray. You got a nice collection, I see.
Yeah, this one has been here for forever. And because what we try to do is look through the documents on it and try to find a name. And if there's a name on it, we'll email them and then put their name on here with the date that it came in.
I don't think mine had anything. Oh, well, thanks anyway.
When did you lose it?
Before Thanksgiving, the last day y'all were open before the Thanksgiving break.
So might not just not turn it in.
Yeah.
Or not know the computer is.
Yeah. Thank you. Or this is where it would be turned in, though, right? Yeah, it was on this floor right here. Okay, thank you. All righty then. Hello, how are you? Good. This bathroom always makes me think of a swimming pool. So much tile. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. I already asked her, and she said she didn't. But, thanks anyway. What is LSUS? Is it tobacco free campus? You can't smoke out here anymore? You can? Oh my God.
We used to go last year, but yeah.
Really? What happens if you get caught?
I do not know exactly what happened.
Oh my God. Thank you. No smoking. I just want to have a smoke. I see people in the front of the library smoking, or I think they think nobody's watching, and I've seen them smoke on the side of the building. Oh, and there's a tampon on the ground. I must have dropped it. I'm tired. I've seen people like right out here, standing out here smoking. And then in front of the library, I've seen them smoke. This is a state campus. And it's not against the law constitutionally to smoke in public places. I think there's laws about having to be like 25 feet away from the door, maybe something like that. Now Matt's acting like he doesn't know anything about it. All these coming ons and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, and I was attracted to him too, so there was nothing by, you know, there was no harassment involved. I'm not one of those women sitting there screaming to the boss, crying. I guess he must have met someone else. Guy asked me last night for my phone number. He was African American. I've never, ever dated a black man. But he was well-spoken, well-dressed. Looked younger than me. I'm 44, though. He's still in college. He looked like he was not college, traditional college age, but probably in his, maybe his early 30s. So, I've just never dated a black man. And I guess it's because there's never been anyone to show any interest in me. I've had friends that were black, Middle Eastern, handicapped. I'm not a racist, and I'm not prejudiced against people with, minority status. It's just there's never been a black man that ever showed any interest in me. I wish that when Jake comes home today, I could give him a really nice, hot, home-cooked meal. We do have gas on the stove, but we don't have refrigeration, so I usually end up using the oven. Not cold, and the rain looks like it's going to clear. So is it really a tobacco-free campus, and how do you enforce that policy? That's my question. No smokers anywhere, just nobody here smokes. Wow. Well, that's the best way to do it. There's the cops. I wonder if he saw me over here smoking. I wonder if I'm going to get arrested for it. Tobacco free. Ooh. I don't see anybody huddled in a corner somewhere. I don't see anybody else smoking anywhere. Actually, I only saw one other person outside. Besides those two girls, college students that walked out. No more child support from Earl. He switched jobs. He's got 2 jobs now. Coles and Aberdeen Proving Grounds. It's on his Facebook page, so. I read some of his poetry. I cried. Not because I was touched by it, but because I know Earl's poetry. I typed hundreds of his poems up for him and begged him to get published. And he says 2 people bought a book that he wrote with poetry, I guess, off of Kindle. He writes beautiful poems. The poems that he's got on his Facebook page are, I think, maybe one of them is of the quality that I remember he used to write of. He's an unbelievable writer of poetry. His grammar and stuff was never very good, but I showed him the writer's market and all those things years ago when we were still newlyweds, and typed up hundreds of his poems for him. Edited them and everything. I didn't change the words or anything. I just typed them up for him. That's Earl. I don't mean that that's Earl. I remember going through that, being mesmerized by his poetry, and that's what made me cry, was remembering that he wrote poems that were so touching, and that he has that talent, but you only see that's only part of the picture. And that's what I remember. If you read his poems, you'll see that they're all kind of touching, heart-wrenching, personal, uplifting. Some are heartbreaking. It's hard to believe that somebody like that could owe $9,400 in unpaid child support, and that his wages have to be garnished for him to pay. When he has his own child survival at stake, and he talks about on his webpage about renting a car. When his car broke down, he could go rent a car to drive. That's expensive for a whole weekend. He used to do that all the time. He'd come home every weekend with it, or not every weekend, but whenever he came home, driving really nice rentals. And he could afford new tires and everything. I'm lucky if I can scrape enough money together to pay for used ones, because I've got Jacob to support, and that makes me really, feel bad. But it did when I was married to him too. So, gosh, here we are again, Maybe he hurt